Hey there everyone, it's Shine Revolution here. And as you can see, this is clearly not Ace Attorney. It's also not another meme video. Today, I just wanted to do something different. It's been a while. I have a tendency to do this, as you can tell. Because things just happen. Summer ended, I had band camp going on, then school started, so I wanted to focus on school. Thus why I'm here. But now I want to I just want to go through a more self-reflective time. What Firewatch is, it's just, you know those games where the game itself isn't as important as the journey in your head? That's what Firewatch is. Walking around, just getting to experience the scenery with you, and all in all, just thinking about life. The game more or less serves as a prompt for your own self-thought. And I played through some of it. It was a long time ago where I played through the first 2 chapters, I think, but it's been a while. So I am playing it again. But I'm playing it with you all. So maybe I'll actually stick to a schedule with this one, but who knows. For now, I want to just go on a journey of self-reflection as I play this. Think about my life and what's going on, and share how it's all going with you. Though for now, we can only start if we begin a new game. We don't ignore that. That's my last save point. Campo Santo. Corporation with Panic Inc. Boulder, Colorado, 1975. You see, Julia. Oh, it's a choice. You see, Julia. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. But you're drunk. So, what's your, major? You're pretty. Let's go with what's your major. It started the word major and it smells like Coors. An awkward smile. Evolutionary biology, she says, and I'm a professor. Cool, you reply. What's yours? She sniffs the air. Toxicology. Oh, that's... oh, that's good. Is that a burn? She says definitely. Worried she hurt your feelings, she asked if you wanted to split a cheeseburger. 1 week later, you're Julia's boyfriend. Ah, yes. I remember the opening to this game now. Oh, God. Oh. Right-click to use objects. I'm playing with a trackpad. This might be a problem. Look at my hand. Look at my shoes. I'm dressed like freaking Mr. Incredible from the beginning of the Incredibles movie right now. Pick up the backpack. Put it on. Oh, elevator. Wise dad, just move. Look at the garbage. Look at this beautiful garbage. But why would people litter? Why do you do this? Is that a bag of Cheetos? It looks more like a can. It looks like a can of Cheetos. That's what it looks like. Fire hydrant, burnt paper for some reason. And somehow I'm the only car, at least I assume that's my car, in this entire place. What is it, like middle of the day or something? Let's check out garbage. One thing I really like about this game is just its peaceful soundtrack. There's not a lot to the soundtrack, not that I remember at least, but for a second I thought that was a gun. But what is there is very calming. It's one of those things I can sit down and listen to. Just be at ease. Just relax with the world. And I don't know where I'm going because I know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm just walking around doing what I want. Sorry if the resolution of the quality of the video is not that great, but oh well. Load gear. You date for over a year, and she drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in, share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. Drink beer just about everywhere. And life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia's in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. You pick up the beagle and names him Bucket, and she names him Bucket, or you adopt a shepherd and name him Mayhem. Oh no, I'll go with the beagle. Bucket's a good dog, and a week later you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him. You love him too. 1979. Talk out on the deck. It's summer. 9:30 p.m. and the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? You're not very smart, or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have some. A couple little idiots. That'd be pretty good, or one day. Why rush? Never say why rush. Never do that. In any situation. Never question that. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best if their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. Do I steam? Do I only have 8 minutes of battery power? You know, the thing is, this game isn't full screen. And I kind of need it to not be. One moment. Alright, well. Computer, please, if you will. Go into the hole. Start charging. I would really appreciate it. Oh, that might explain why. It's because my computer got unplugged. Whoops. Uno momento, my por favors. Alright. Well, it's plugged in now. Let's see if this actually charges. Okay. It seems it's not charging. This is disappointing. Oh, wait. It's because I plugged in the wrong plug. Silly me. Oh well. It is what it is. Now then, let us try to plug this computer in. Alright, and here we go. Back once again. Resume. Now we're in a forest. Trusty truck by our side. Just look at that scenery. Just look at it. Look how beautiful it is. Fire danger. Prevent forest fires. Well, we can't go that way. At least I don't think we can. No, we can't. Let's go where it wants us to go. What the? There's a hat. I'm gonna examine the hat. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to examine the hat. I'd stop throwing the hat. Examine said hat. No, don't stop throwing the hat. Let me pick up the hat. Put on the hat. Hold E. I now have a hat. Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me, world? Do you like my hat? I like my hat. It's a nice hat. Alright. Thoroughfare Trailhead. No fireworks. Do not forget to check in. You're in their country. Learn to live with bears and is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. Two Forks Region Overview. We are down here, I believe. The Two Forks Region Overview. Or lookout. Look at all this area we get to explore later. That's not a spoiler. Is there anything in the box? No, there's not. Let's go. One thing when I first played this game that really resonated with me is, well, not only the soundtrack, but back when I was in Boy Scouts, it was just getting to experience nature for yourself is beautiful. It's, you see these things in games and you think, where did they come up with this idea? How did they manage to recreate something so amazing? And then you just go take a walk outside. I know not everyone lives in like a suburban or country type area that or are able to go to see like the woods or just forest. But if you ever do, take a moment to appreciate where you are. Because nature is a beautiful thing. And I sometimes wish I had spent more time in it. When I still have my time. It's a Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call, you're worried about and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets in between the sheets. You get mad or you ignore her. I don't think... See, here's the thing. In that case, like... Saying it's like we're fighting, it means we're already fighting. Like we're in an argument already. At least that's what I like to think. So... I would say just ignoring the person is never, especially when it comes to a relationship, just ignoring them is never a good thing. So I think it's actually better to get mad. You call her an inconsiderate asshole. Okay, I didn't say that. It tells you to fuck yourself and not to be such a baby. You call her selfish. She knows you mean it and it hurts her feelings. That is not how it was supposed to go. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go, and she draws you. You pose and flex like He-Man, and you frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. Okay. I'll pose and flex like He-Man. You look fucking awesome. Hell yeah, I do, game. Hell fucking yeah. Oh, nice. Nice landing. 10 out of 10. It's all the way up there. Look at that sunset. Look at that beautiful, beautiful sunset. Don't look straight into the sun, kids. It's not, so it hurts your eyes. But, God, this game is just so beautiful. Sorry if I'm gushing a lot, but it's been a while. The last time I played it, I think, like you saw, was last year. I didn't even beat it, but I want to get back into this game. Just experience the beauty that it was. 2 Forks Lookout Tower, 8 more miles. Whoop. Look at that. Look at that beauty. 1982. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. There's a festival in town and it brings folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Bucket gets kicked. Okay. But, fuck, dog, yeah, she yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she's stressed. You confront the attacker. You scare him away, you beat his goddamn face in. Your arm gets cut up, but you beat the guy to a pulp. You don't feel very tough. You cry over your eyes before the cops show up. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay, you don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. 1984, plans to have kids get waylaid by at work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her not to take the job, agree if she commutes back and forth. Okay, what I would say is agree. If you're getting a job at Yale, that's pretty spectacular. Yale is one of the best Ivy Leagues in the country. So, yeah, agree she commutes back and forth. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if that's what she wants. She agrees, and she flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. I wouldn't convince... If it came to that, I mean, yes, being able to be in a in-person relationship is definitely always a good thing. Long distance is never easy, but you can't deny or reject you can't just let that opportunity pass by. And that was back in, what, it said 81? I didn't remember the year date. But, yeah, like, phones weren't that great. By all means, Skype wasn't a thing, or FaceTime. So there's no way you could actually get to see the person. Unless they sent photos through the mail, or you saw them in person. So that's all you just had to do, is you had to go commute every once in a while. Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember that she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. She's found crying in the stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. I would say try to talk to someone about it. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they're worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She's only 41. You both decide to keep it a secret for now. No. I mean, would you look at that product placement, my friends? Well, okay, it doesn't say Coleman, it says Goldman. But that's fairly obvious to be a Coleman reference. Let's open up my journal. Would you look at that, hunk? Would you look at that, son? Fucking dad material right there. Bucket's getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She's devastated. She's sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn child little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into a bed to make love. After 5 minutes she goes into a panic believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family they're crushed and begin to make trips to and from their house in Australia to visit her. For a while your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple months. You decide to move her into a full-time care facility, or you're determined to take care of her by yourself. I've seen this play out in real times from friends and my own family before. And personally, I see the pros of both. Though there's one thing you have to realize: if you're working a job and you're not retired and you're still trying to provide for them, that's good and fine, but you need someone to be there. You can't leave them alone if you need 24-hour care. I mean, I understand wanting to be determined to help the one you love. That's perfectly understandable. That's fine. But there comes a point where you need to put your own pride aside for both of your best interests. You need to have. It's basically take the toss-up of having something really terrible happen over you wanting to be with them, which makes sense, or know that they'll still have someone to be there when you're not around. So I decided her to move her into a full-time care facility. Big old boulders. I mean, you can go back the way you came, which is what I'm gonna do. But you can't really do anything because, lo and behold, rocks. What happened to me is, the story for that was my great-grandmother. She was, both my great-grandmothers actually. One of them was, they both had two opposite sides of the whole spectrum. They both decided to stay with family, but the family she was with, she was already retired, so that was fine. She was always able to be there for her, and it was my Aunt Carol who was staying with her, and she was retired. And my Aunt Fran, Aunt Carol's wife, she was still working and all that. So Carol was always able to be there, and they weren't at cost of being in a financial situation. So my great grandma Diane, she always had Carol to look after her. And Carol, when it came to Diane's death, or passing on, oh hey look, a deer. When it came to her passing on, she knew she had two options. She said that her doctors told her you can either move into a hospice and stay there, or you can go home and relax, stay with your family for the rest of your days. And she chose to go home with family. And until her dying day, she enjoyed her life. And when it came time, she passed on. Then came my great-grandma Barty. They were from a much poorer family. So the only reason she didn't go into full-time care was because she couldn't. They wouldn't be able to afford it. So she just stayed with my Aunt Mona. And so, but then she never passed on due to her actual medical reason. She passed on due to a fire. And so, Though, to be fair, from what the doctor said, she didn't have much longer anyways. And in the long run, she could have lived longer, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes we all know there's a time for us to go. Sometimes it comes earlier than you would expect. But I think for Grandma Barty, she still enjoyed her time. And she lived in the house that she was born and raised in, and raised her kids in, till her dying days. And sadly, the fire not only took her, but it took all of the memories of her with them. But they lived in a wooden cabin. But the thing was, moral of that, I'm sorry if I'm getting off topic, I'm not really paying attention, but I'm just thinking about it, and just I needed to say words to myself. I'm sorry, I'm kind of starting to choke up a bit, but I just need to say something. More or less as reflection to my own self, because, like I said at the beginning of this, that was my intention. I wanted to play this game to reflect on my life and think about everything that's happened within these... ever since middle school, really, because ever since then my life became a crumbling mess. I mean, I'm fine, but at the same time, reality feels like it's falling. So it's just, this game allows me to reflect, think about it. So that's why you're going to hear a lot of life anecdotes. I guess the moral of the whole grandmother thing that I was saying was just, I understand if you're going to try to enjoy your life while you can, but if you can't afford it, it's better to know that you'll have someone there and someone who can watch over you, rather than just unknowingly meeting your end that could have been preventable. So that's what I was getting at. I'm sorry, but oh well. Next thing. Your family agrees with your decision. You find a fantastic place in Boulder and move her there. You see her every day. You go out to the bar with your old friends. It's not the same. You get the feeling that every wife tells her husband, if you ever put me in a home like Henry did, I will cut your balls off. You slowly decide not to see your old friends that much. 1989. Julia's sister Susan moves to Boulder to be close to her. She visits her every day. You go with her some of the time. Susan buys you an old typewriter and urges you to use it if you don't see a therapist. And you won't. You've always really liked Susan. Months go by. Bucket dies. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. Sometimes it takes her a minute to lock in on you. Back of your mind, you believe it's because you see her less and less. Seeing her less and less makes her forget you more. At least that's what you think. And summer's coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job. And you take it. Enter the lookout tower. With the lookout tower, this is basically your main hub of operations. It's not exactly the central point of the entire map, but it's a fairly easy location to find as you go along, so I always like expecting the bottom of it. Cinder block. Look at that high detail cinder block, yo. Look at that quality. Drop it. Throw the cinder block. I was about to say, did you just drop it on your foot? Thankfully you didn't. What the? Cistern. Okay. That'll be important later. Let's hop over the, let's look underneath. It's really cool. Hop over again. And now let us ascend to the top. It's a really nice moon. I like that moon. This reminds me of when I was able to go up towards the Appalachian Trail and I just got to see out in the mountains. So beautiful. I just really like this game. Have I said that? I think I've said that a lot. Even though I never even finished it, but it's really enjoyable. All the windows are boarded up for some reason. Well, would you looky there? There's the Thoroughfare Lookout. That'll become important soon. Oh. I can't jump over you. That's depressing. Well. Let us go inside, shall we? Open the door. And turn on the power. There we go. Ooh. Look at that.
Hello, 2-Force Tower.
What the fuck? I don't want to look at you yet.
2-Force Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in.
Fine, I'll answer you. Whatever. Left shift. Oh.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
You've killed 3 ex-husbands. You're rebelling against Mom. Nobody back home can stand you.
Okay, you're probably out here because nobody back home can stand you. Which, after this brief introduction, is not a big shock.
Ouch. I'll chalk that up to you being tired and grumpy.
Well, I better get some sleep then.
One sec. Now it's my turn.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you, but 9 times out of 10, folks out here simply got dumped.
Huh, is that it?
Close?
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.
Well, this is prologue for Firewatch for you. Day 1. I think I'm actually going to end it here. And, I think I'm going to do this series in a... whatchamacallit? Just go by the day system. So... that's probably how I'll work out my episodes.
Good morning, Henry. Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
How in the world can she see me? Can I? Oh, I'm sitting. I can't move. Alright, well, let's see if I remember how to, save. Oh, yeah. This photo of Henry and Julia. Can't really see Julia's face all that much, but I think I'm going to end it here. If the game will let me get out of the thing. Actually, you know what? I don't remember how to save in this game. I'm trying to click the button. Oh, that's not it. You're in a cutscene. No wonder I can't save. Alright, well, I'll just play back to here in a bit. I hope you all have a good day. Sorry for rambling for a while, but I hope you enjoy this series, because I think it's something that I personally need. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I don't mind. If you don't watch it, that's okay. You can skip over it. You can leave your comments, you can leave dislikes, you can send hate messages or something. That's really, I more or less am keeping this almost as like a video journal for myself, though I'm at least able to share it with you. So yeah, hope you all have a good day. If you relate or you want to talk about something, just so you know, feel free that you can say something or send me an email or anything. I have a business email. I think I'm actually going to start checking it more often. So if you ever need someone like to talk to or just needs to vent words, it's perfectly fine. Feel free to do that. I'm not the most popular person, quite clearly, on my subscriber count at this moment. I'm not, though I'm always willing to listen. So I just want to say thank you all for watching, and thank you for listening to me. And know I can do the same for you all. Hope you all have a great day. Peace out.